guys, this is Lala Legacy and welcome back to another episode of Seabed. So, let's just jump right back in. But Fumi, didn't you draw ladybugs on that lunchbox wrapping paper design? I'm okay with them if they're just drawings. But ladybugs are cute. No way. I can't look at those wriggling legs. You don't need to go out of your way to hate all bugs just for the cutesy appeal. It's not a cockroach or anything. Takako let out a self-satisfied laugh. As for Fumi, she glared at Takako with with condensed ears. Sorry guys, that was weird. I can imagine you being okay with cockroaches too, Miss Takako. I guess so. I just don't like how they're usually dirty and crawl real fast. You helped that cockroach we found in the kitchen escape. Inukai raised his face, continuing the conversation. I don't enjoy senseless killing. Takako puffed out her chest as Fumi went all pale. In the kitchen? You're kidding, right? It was 2 days ago. You're exaggerating, Fumi. If you're that scared of bugs, then maybe we should start keeping a lizard in the kitchen. Yeah, and I'd end up unable to use the kitchen ever again. But lizards are cute. I mean, they are usually only this big. I bet all boys like them. Isn't that right, Inukai? Takako was showing the size between her thumb and index finger. Well, I don't hate them at least. But there are plenty of big lizards too. Oh, that's right. Back home, I saw one that was over 20 centimeters long. Passing by Takako, I placed the bags that I'd been carrying onto my desk. Don't even think about bringing any in here. I've never heard of an office that kept lizards before. It could be our mascot. Takako considered the ceiling in a display of contemplation. Want to change our logo to a lizard? No, there's a meaning to our clover design. Oh, whoops. No, there's a meaning to our clover design, Takako pointed at Inukai. No one cares, so can you let that ladybug outside already? Okay. Takako exited through the door and stepped out to the corridor I just came from earlier. How did it go with the client? Fumi, calming down with Takako's departure, turned to me. I think it's going steady enough. They didn't ask to change anything at least. I see. I picked up the paper bag that I left on my desk. Yes, I brought presents. I pulled out 2 boxes, one small, one big, and handed them to Fumi. I'm sorry I was in a hurry, so I didn't have much time to choose. Oh, thank you. Give the small one to Inukai and share the big one with Takako. Fumi handed the smaller box to Inukai. Thank you very much. Inukai fixed the position of his glasses and considered the box. Fumi left the big box on her desk. Anything happened while I was away? Not really. Well, Takako was goofing off instead of working, so there's that. Are you guys talking about me? Fumi made sure that Takako, who we had just heard coming through the corridor, could hear her. Sachi! Where are my presents? Fumi has them. Share them with her. Compito? Takako looked at the box on Fumi's desk. She then returned to her own desk and glanced at the clock. I love Compito though. Wow, you were quick! I accidentally boarded the express train. Huh, that's kinda unlike you. Takako chuckled as I made an indignant face. I was in a hurry when changing trains and ended up boarding a behind-schedule express at the place where my train was supposed to be. Did the conductor find you? Yes, I had to pay for a new ticket. Everyone misses or mistakes their train once in a while. Right, Inakai? Fumi considered the joyous Takako and my indignant face for a while before finally turning to Inukai. That's right. Last year, when I was going to see my parents, I realized I couldn't find my ticket after I left my bullet train. How'd you get out of the station? I explained what happened to the station worker and they let me out. Hey, you should have made yourself one of those railroad-affiliated credit cards. All their transactions are computerized and remain in the records, so you'd never have to worry about tickets or explaining yourself again. Fumi pulled out a silver credit card from her purse. That was like a commercial just now. Hey, I want to do it too. Give me that card for a sec. Takako leaned over the desk and reached out towards Fumi's purse. Should we expect a 30-second version from you? Enough. Commercials are not part of our commission, so I would appreciate it if you all would return to your seats already. Alright. I struck my desk with the binder I had in my hand, putting an end to their frolicking. The Konpito box was left at the area connecting Fumi and Takako's desks. It contained a piece of paper with a faint flower design and lots of colorful candies. Takako picked up a blue star and put it into her mouth. Sweets go well with tea. Sweets go well with tea. Fumi held her personal teacup in hands. Do you know any famous Indian black teas? You mean like Darjeeling or Assam? You got it. I'll give you this Konpito as a reward. The entire box belongs to both of us, though. Takako began chewing on the candies, filling the room with crackling sounds. As she was taking her next Konpito, her fingers struck the bottom of the box. Huh? With fewer candies in the box, the cherry blossom design at the bottom became partially visible. How can you eat this fast? Jeez! I've only had time to eat a few. Oh, damn. Hey, let's slow down a bit so it lasts until the end of our shift. How old are you? Sachi went out of her way to get us this present. We shouldn't wolf it down all at once. In that case... I need to go check something. Okay. Takako stood up while Fumi was still gazing at the box. Takako walked to the door, then suddenly turned around and came back. Fumi gave her a confused look. Oh, what's wrong? Well, you know, I got this feeling I might find that box empty when I come back. Takako bent her back slightly. Oh, come on! I won't eat them all. God knows how much weight I might put on if I did that. Okay then. I can't believe you get so suspicious over a few candies. Haven't you heard of all the wars that broke out over sweets? No, I have not. I'll be going then. Alright. Takako walked to the door and actually left the room this time. Fumi, after making sure that Takako was really gone, took out a white piece of paper from her desk and placed all the Konpito from the box onto it. She then carefully folded up the paper and hid it inside her drawer. Oh my god. Before long, the door opened again, revealing Takako. She glanced at the empty box, then at Fumi, then back at the empty box. How could you? Those were mine! I'm just messing with you. Fumi produced the paper from her drawer. Also, those are for us both. Jeez, Takako. You're like a child. Takako opened the drawer and stopped moving. What are you doing? I felt nostalgic over there for a moment. Do you even know what that word means? There were some leftovers from the presents I received over the holidays. You still haven't eaten them all? Or rather, have you actually not had enough yet? Takako took out a few little bags from her drawer, then lined them up on the desk. Steamed buns from Sachi, rice crackers from Fumi, and some fried snacks from Inukai. You kept them? Yeah? I couldn't decide if I should eat them to keep myself awake during the morning. Have them for dessert after lunch. Or use them to get a quick energy boost in the evening. I also wasn't sure if I should use them to bolster my spirits on Monday. Endure until Wednesday. Or make them the grand prize for surviving until Friday. You see, some of those are salty while others are sweet, so I was thinking I should use the salty ones to boost my motivation when I'm already feeling good. While I could use the sweet ones when I was more tired. Thing is, sweet things don't go well with certain drinks, so I had to take that into consideration as well. Well, I bet everyone's glad that you gave their present so much thought. Yeah, but then as I kept thinking and reconsidering, I eventually forgot I had them until opening this drawer right now. Takako placed her jaw on the desk, wistfully gazing at her treasures. We still have some Compito left. There were still a few sugary candies lying in the box. We're keeping them until after work. Whatever you say. Eventually, Takako chose the steamed bun on her right. She popped it in her mouth, her face remaining completely emotionless as she chewed. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't have wasted that much time. I think it might have expired. Takako picked up her teacup and took a big gulp. Yuck. It's almost like my roommate! As the sun began to set and the lights lit up in the darkening corridors, Takako switched on the office's fluorescent lamp. She then returned to her desk in silence. Takako, Fumi, and Inukai continued their work under the illumination of the white light, almost like it was still in the middle of the day. The Compito box lay empty on the table. Alrighty! Takako crossed her fingers and stretched her back. You got a day off tomorrow as well, right? Wanna go see a movie? Takako addressed Inukai and Fumi over their monitors. Are they showing anything good right now? How about that detective story? A Japanese film? You prefer Western movies? I can't take most Japanese films seriously. Most of their lines sound fake. But that's what's good about them! Even the actors seem more interested in showing themselves off rather than playing their characters properly. That's 'cause you're not interested in them. Some people watch movies just because of the actors they like. Inukai's hand stopped as he got distracted by Takako's conversation again. I have some plans for tomorrow, so I can't go. Fumi made a quick response while arranging the things on her desk. Didn't you say that you were free on the weekend? I did not. My friend from high school is getting married tomorrow. Come on, it's kind of rare for all of us to get a day off at the same time. Can't you skip it? Takako placed her elbows on the desk and leaned closer to Fumi over the monitors. They asked me to sing. I can't just ruin their plans like that. Fumi leaned away from Takako. You can sing? Miss Fumi used to be in a band, from what I've heard. Inukai joined the conversation. That's awesome! Were you actually producing original songs and stuff? I still have one of the CDs we released. Well, not like I'd ever bring it in here. What? That sounds like so much fun! Go make one yourself, it's not that hard. I can't think of any lyrics. You can just write down whatever. We'll take care of the music. Hey, I've never even kept a diary. The song lyrics might be a bit too much. Most people's creative writing experience begins and ends with emails, I suppose. Thank you very much. I am Takako. Does that sound good enough? Sure, why not? You could try and go for this ultra polite band. Alright, let's make the name of our album Deathmatch, and the title of the first song, Deviation. Does that sound good to you? All I have is a bad feeling about it. The grandfather clock in the corridor signaled the beginning of the new hour. Sorry, but I have to leave early. Fumi placed the belt of her handbag on her shoulder and stood up. Thanks for all the work today. See you next week. Inukai and myself said our farewells to Fumi as she headed toward the kitchen. You're going already? I'm visiting my parents tomorrow. Have to start preparing for that. Fumi told Takako the same information that was already written on the whiteboard behind her. I think I'll be leaving soon too. Progress is as I have previously reported. Fumi put on her coat and left the office. Alright, thanks for all you did today. The sun had already set, making the temperature in the room drop a notch. I lifted my jacket off the hanger to dress myself in something a bit warmer. As I returned to my desk, Inukai stood up with his bag in hand. I'll be leaving early then. I glanced at the clock to find out that it had been about an hour since Fumi left. See you next week! Both Takako and I ended up saying that at the same time. Inukai bowed his head and left the office. When do you think you'll finish? I addressed Takako as the footsteps in the corridor grew more distant. I'm done! You're already finished? I finished everything work-related hours ago! What were you doing then? Well, whatever. We need to do some shopping before going home. Again? Takako turned her chair around to face me. I saw that you people ate everything that was in the office fridge. I love the, carpaccio? I don't know. That you made. Ever thought of opening up a restaurant of your own? I mean, you can whip up something that good from mere leftovers. Is there anything particular that you want to eat tonight? Oh, wait a sec. Takako spun her chair around and considered her monitor. I wrote a program that selects your dinner for you. What on earth are you doing during work hours? First, you have to enter your mood today, then your blood type, and finally your birthday. Wouldn't my birthday alone be enough? Takako tapped the keyboard a few times and pushed the enter key. Her computer gave off a goofy sound effect and... Croquette, huh? So, you want croquette for dinner? I think I want something lighter. I'm not in the mood for meat and potatoes either. Well, I guess I could go for curry, but we ate a lot of that last week, so I'd rather try something new. I kept listening to that goofy sound effect repeating over and over again. I see it only has things you like. I'd want a beef udon, but it's not coming up for some reason. Anyway, we're leaving. Get your things. Sure thing! Takako turned off her computer. I'll go turn off the lights outside. And with that, that was her. And with that, she left the office to take care of the lights out in the corridor. Alright guys, so that is all the time that I have for this episode. So if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already subscribed, by subscribing you're becoming part of a legacy. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!